Regularly being misunderstood is a sign of authenticity, and you have to accept this. Authentic people often have contradictory beliefs and a contradictory way of being because they don't exist in black and white thinking. Authentic people are often not the same person 6 months from now as they are today. And authentic people are regularly contradicting their own ways of being and their own value systems in order to become more of who they are. Being misunderstood is a gift because it allows space for all of those things to be true. People who are easily understood are often victims of their own fear, are too stubborn to challenge the way it's supposed to be, and often conform in order to be understood. And more than that, they are beholden to the expectations of the people around them to continue to be understood. So start seeing misunderstanding as a gift, because it is.
Oh, this one's pretty short. Okay, so today is about misunderstanding, and we are day 16. Being misunderstood, living in authenticity. I don't know where to begin with this one, but I truly believe that video said it all. When you come through life now empowered by your heartbreak, trauma, hard stop in life, whatever it was that kind of tripped you up along the way and then gave you an opportunity to become stronger, you will be misunderstood because now you are set apart from the crowd. For me, this speaks to a wound that God had to heal, and that was the heartbreak of enmeshment. It's usually about the blurring of lines of boundaries, and it's funny because I spoke about boundaries yesterday, isn't it? A disclaimer of what they are and what they are not. Typically in families, the dynamic and boundaries is just very dysfunctional and usually very functional at the same time, which can cause a lot of confusion. It can cause a lot of doubt. Self-critical behaviors and patterns become very normal to you. Through my experience of overcoming, even yesterday when I was authentically myself in telling you that, hey guys, trauma's a defined term in the world, and hey, I'm no doctor, but for me and my personally lived experience, it's not real. I was very anxious about that. It's not anxiousness because I don't believe what I'm saying isn't true. I'm more anxious because of that residue. Being the youngest in my family definitely has its own wars. And for anyone who is a younger child or the youngest child in the family, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So really, today is about celebration. And it's celebrating that me being raw, me being authentic, me being misunderstood is literally slapping the enemy with the good now it's produced by the power it's invested in me. Sound like I'm marrying myself. I truly believe, like, in life we have snares and we have traps, and these things are out of our control, which is what creates the path of life that we're on. But most times when we are able to stop, become still, get the help that we need, whether it's therapy, counseling, support, whatever the case is, and we really come home to ourselves, we see this as the power that it is. You've had an experience of life that not many people will be able to say that they've had, because not many people are being authentic. Not many people are being themselves. People are satisfied with a substitute fake life, and that is the majority of the world, so that we can live in whatever we deem as society. For me, society is very much about people bringing their strengths as well as their weaknesses and using those things to work together to make a better tomorrow. When we live in a society that doesn't value the weaknesses, then we're stuck in a rock and a hard place, really. They're just going to use you for your strengths. And then when it comes time to show up in your authentic weak self, which I personally believe is a strength, because vulnerability is a strength. There's not much room for it or space for it. Today, I celebrate every single person who's been able to stand strong in being misunderstood through their toxic environments, their dysfunctional yet functional or dysfunctional family and friendship relationships, any toxicity that's toxified your heart and you've been able to overcome it and are on a journey of overcoming it. I celebrate you. I really do. I live on the other side, but I know that some days and some moments will trigger me. Sharing yesterday authentically that, hey guys, trauma's not real, so that we can appreciate and accept that our path is our path so that we can actually overcome it, and not, settle with, oh, someone saw me, someone named me as a trauma victim. That's not enough when you really want to live life and live life at its fullest. You need to not only identify what you've been through, but you need to also claim it, accept it, and move through it. That's what makes you a survivor of trauma, whatever you want to say. You need to move through it. I'm all for modern medicine and modern psychology and the research doing what it needs to do to help us understand ourselves better. But no one understands you like you understand yourself. No one has the power over you to tell you who you are in society when you were created for a better society. It's a power trip. I value the research, I value the studies, because so many brave people were able to step forward and get the help that they need. But again, I think sometimes our ignorance is abused by people in power who see themselves as, I guess, experts, when I think to be an expert in life is to have lived life with mistakes, with successes, and found true success, which is personal. Success to everyone isn't the same thing. You have to evaluate what it is that you value first, and then set it against a goal, and then that's how you achieve success. So I celebrate anyone who, for me, my definition of success is truly living in well-being, fullness, sound mind, wholeness, overcoming things that are so hard, and I guess you're told in the world you can't overcome, and you've done it. And even though there will be residue, of the scar, memory left over, like, I have to live with the scar, and it's the same with the enmeshment. I have to live with it. It doesn't define me though. It doesn't stop me from being who I am. And this scar has produced so much power and light in my life, I can't even begin to describe it. I celebrate you. I celebrate you for accepting that you are misunderstood and celebrating it as the power that it is, and for your purpose in action.